Most people in this world operate solely by fear. The single greatest fear of all is fearing you won't make it. You've been tricked. There's nowhere to make it to. Now, what I mean is simple. You think you have something to prove. You're not aligned with your deepest truth. You've forgotten the purpose of your existence. You're in constant anxiety because you're always lying to yourself, hiding in the comfort of wanting to fit in with everybody else. You feel stuck in the matrix, but you don't know how to get out. Now here comes the harsh truth I've found to be true, because I was in these exact shoes not long ago. This is my answer in one of the harshest ways I can give it. Everything you work for is a load of horse shit if you haven't the guts to face the harsh reality that's your present life. You have to quit pussyfooting around your miserable life and come to terms with its source. Are you pushed by fear to wake up in the morning, to put your nose to the grindstone as you put your dreams and ambitions away and let the robotic noise of life take over? Or are you being pulled into a deeper and deeper sense of inspiration every single day from living your life? Or you simply don't want to wake up at all. But the truth is that no amount of pleasure you indulge in, no amount of trophies you collect, no amount of tasks you complete, no amount of money you make will lead you to feeling complete in yourself if you don't feel complete already. Everything you seek without is within. It sounds ironic, but is it really? You say you don't believe in God, but you do. God is whatever thing that you're giving your attention to, like your life depends on it. Whether that's a follower count, a money figure, ass and titties. If you need things in order to be happy, if you need validation in order to not feel sad, then you're in a needy relationship with the universe. You cannot expect to support a pinnacle life running a faulty operating system. The problematic paradigm your mind is operating in is creating your anxiety and suffering. That was the harsh truth. Now, understanding this truth, what can you do about it? You have to realize this. It's not the things you want. It's the feeling they give you. You haven't given yourself the permission to feel the things you want to feel until they appear physically, because you've deluded yourself into thinking that only the physical and tangible things are real. And this is just the result of being trained by our cause and effect billiard ball paradigm of modern science. We think that we have to get the physical object in order to feel the feeling, when in truth, it's the opposite. We have to learn to feel the feeling before we get the object. That's how we become worthy of receiving the object. This is why beggars beg, is because they are so focused on getting the object, they're so focused on their separation from it, that they produce this needy energy, which only creates further separation from it. You have to give yourself the permission to see past this illusion, and you will feel that you already have everything you could possibly need or want. Now, it sounds absurd when you hear this for the first time, but the truth is that you are the authority you have externalized and given away. Life is gorgeous beyond rational explanation when you drop this desperate illusion of needing to make it, and you don't answer to any ideology, any religion, any external authority. I'll say this again. You are the authority you have externalized and given away. You have to tune into the depths of your own soul by listening to the truth that is beating your heart. Life is a religious experience when you fall in love with the everyday and stop seeking with this needy energy, because that is what is creating your separation from it. You're not attracting it, you're repelling it, right? What happens when a man tries to chase a woman? He repels her. It's the same principle applied to every other aspect of your life. It's that simple. So it's not the dogmas of religion that will save you. It's how in love with your life you become. That's the irony. You have to first learn to love your life before the things you want will come. It's not the other way around. And when you love your life, that's when you become religious. That is the real meaning of religiousness, being in total awe with everyday life as if it couldn't get any better. You are living the dream. That is the religious experience. It's not a dogma, it's not an ideology, it's not a set of beliefs. It's being so entranced by life, you have no words. That is the experience you're looking for. And it has nothing to do with religion. But this requires you to shift your state of consciousness from one of fear into one of gratitude and abundance. The age-old question is, how do you do that? The answer is that you need an authentic vision for your life. You feel anxious because you don't have goals, your goals aren't really yours, they're copycat goals, or your goals are the source of your anxiety. You're pursuing them to try to prove your sense of self-worth, right? We're going back to that needy energy again. When you chase something, when you're in need of something, you repel it. And so the problem, once you see it from this frame of mind, it's really self-reflective of itself. You have to become aware of these traps so you stop falling victim to them. You need to develop self-awareness through deep self-reflection of everything you've been taught to believe in your life. And it's going to be uncomfortable. You need to spend some time sitting alone with your thoughts, watching them with curiosity, and questioning the assumptions in your mind of, if this, then that, or I can never do this because of that. All of these thoughts that fly into your mind and you falsely assume them to be the truth, when in reality they're just another cloud in the sky, right? Think about it. What are your thoughts really? Like, they're nothing. Like, what are they? They're just emptiness. They're not tangible. They're not real. You can't grasp them. And yet, despite this fact, they are the most real thing in the world, you could say. Because literally the only way you are able to make sense of the world is through these thoughts and feelings. But the mistake is to identify with them. Thoughts only give rise to an appearance. And if you are caught up in the appearance, you'll think that's the only thing that's real. But it's not. You have to see through that veil and recognize the paradoxical fact of how they are an illusion, but at the same time, they create the entire reality, right? So don't try to stop your thoughts altogether. Use them to your advantage. Think only the thoughts that lead you toward the life and person you want to be. Acknowledge and let go of the thoughts that aren't leading you in this direction. You're not suppressing these thoughts. You're not denying them. You're not trying to push them away. What you're simply doing is allowing them and letting them pass, and they dissolve, right? You give negative thoughts power by thinking energy into them. When you're living a self-fulfilling life, you are not dependent on the achievement of any of your goals to be happy. You understand that you'll never accomplish your purpose, because purpose is by definition something you attain before you can go out seeking how to fulfill it. Then there's no more searching for it. You realize the fulfillment in life is the dedication to purpose itself. And what's your purpose? It's the unfolding process of your own self-discovery, right? This goes back to the self-reflection and the self-inquiry, the self-exploration, which means that the key to a fulfilling life is in many ways as simple as giving yourself the permission to just explore your curiosities, right? We've been trained our whole lives to not do that, and instead to rationalize our way into, is this productive? Is this getting me somewhere? But these delude us, because most of it, they're just copycat goals. These They've done marketing so well that they've convinced you need a university education. Like, think about that. Is that not the biggest marketing ploy in our culture? The universities? Now, don't say, I don't know what my curiosities are. You do know. You want to be happy. You want to have a nice looking body. You want to be in a gorgeous relationship with a gorgeous partner. You want a nice house and you want nice cars. You want to build a business that prints cash for you without you having to grind your balls to the dust. You can deny your desires and renounce them, but that's not true. You want them, and you know it. And trying to renounce them is the same thing as trying to repress those thoughts. There's a way to desire all of these desires without being a scumbag, without being shallow. You have to honor your desires. All of these things that you want, these are your curiosities. Dive deeper into those curiosities and they become your purpose. Don't just settle for a copycat answer that society gave you. Question everything. You're now on a journey of self-exploration. And this journey is all about finding your own answers to these questions that weren't handed to you and you just assumed was the answer because society said so, right? They did the marketing so well. They sold you, they sold your parents on the fact that you need a university education. You need to work a 9-to-5 job you hate. As you self-explore, you will not need to worry about developing a vision. The self-exploration of how you can live a maximally fulfilling life becomes the vision. And you make that vision clearer and clearer based on what you learn on your journey of self-reflection and self-exploration. And it turns out, as you dive deeper into them, you start to have fun in your life. Because you're constantly in the process of realizing your own potential. And that's not only motivating, it's also progressing you, and it's also fun, right? That's a win for everything. And you see that there is no other alternative you'd rather be living life once you get a taste of what it feels like to live authentically in that way. So work towards becoming this kind of person, and you will have a fulfilling life and an authentic vision to keep you busy. So that's it for this one. I hope you found some valuable insights. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day or night. Peace out. Cyrus.